Have you ever, for a fleeting moment, imagined a world without money? A world where the clinking of coins and the rustling of bills are relics of a bygone era? It's a question that can spark our curiosity, leading us down a rabbit hole of what-ifs and hypothetical scenarios. Money, in its various forms, has been the lifeblood of human civilization for millennia. It's the invisible hand that guides trade, fuels economies, and shapes our daily interactions. But what if this ubiquitous force suddenly vanished? Would we be thrust into an era of chaos and uncertainty, or would we find new and innovative ways to rebuild and connect? The very notion of a moneyless society challenges our deeply ingrained assumptions about how the world operates. It forces us to confront the fundamental principles of value, exchange, and human interaction. Could we adapt to such a radical shift, or are we too tethered to the familiar comfort of currency? Join me as we embark on a captivating journey exploring the potential implications of a world without money. The story of money is a long and winding one, stretching back thousands of years to the earliest human civilizations. It is a tale of innovation, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of efficiency in trade and commerce. Before the advent of coins and banknotes, our ancestors relied on a much simpler system of exchange, barter. This system was based on the direct trade of goods and services without any standardized medium of exchange. Goods and services were traded directly, with individuals negotiating the value of their possessions based on need and availability. This required a mutual agreement on the worth of each item, which could vary greatly depending on the circumstances. Imagine a farmer, his basket overflowing with freshly harvested grain, approaching a skilled artisan who crafts sturdy tools. The farmer needs a new axe and the artisan needs food for his family. They would need to agree on a fair exchange rate, perhaps a bushel of grain for a hand-forged axe. This negotiation was crucial as both parties needed to feel satisfied with the trade. This system, while functional on a small scale, had its limitations. It was heavily reliant on the coincidence of wants, meaning both parties had to have what the other desired at the same time. Finding willing trading partners with desirable goods could be a time-consuming and inefficient process. This inefficiency often led to missed opportunities and economic stagnation. As civilizations grew and trade routes expanded, the need for a more standardized and portable form of currency became increasingly apparent. This need drove the innovation of new forms of money that could facilitate trade over larger distances and among more people. Enter the earliest forms of money, commodity money. These were items that had intrinsic value and were widely accepted as a medium of exchange. These were objects with intrinsic value, such as shells, beads, or livestock, that were widely recognized and accepted within a particular region. They served as a bridge between the barter system and more advanced forms of currency. The invention of coinage, around the 7th century BC, marked a significant turning point in the history of money. Coins were a revolutionary step forward, providing a standardized and portable form of currency. These small, portable discs, typically made of precious metals, bore the official stamp of a ruling authority, guaranteeing their weight and purity. This assurance of value made coins a trusted medium of exchange. This innovation facilitated trade, simplified transactions, and paved the way for the development of more complex economic systems. The use of coins allowed for greater economic expansion and the flourishing of trade across vast regions. Let's imagine for a moment a world where money in all its forms suddenly ceases to exist. No cash, no credit, no digital transactions. The digital numbers in our bank accounts vanish into the ether as if they were never there. Paper banknotes become nothing more than colorful pieces of paper, stripped of their value. Coins transform into mere trinkets devoid of purchasing power, relics of a bygone era. What would happen? The immediate aftermath would be nothing short of chaotic. People would scramble, unsure of how to proceed. Stores, unable to accept payment for their goods, would shutter their doors. Shelves would remain stocked but inaccessible. Banks, their entire business model built on the flow of currency, would collapse. The financial institutions we rely on would be rendered obsolete. Financial markets, the lifeblood of the global economy, would grind to a halt. Stocks, bonds, and commodities would lose their meaning. The very fabric of our daily interactions would be torn asunder. Confusion and panic would spread as people grapple with the new reality. How would we purchase food, secure shelter, or access essential services without a medium of exchange? The basic necessities of life would become uncertain. The invisible hand that guides our economic decisions would disappear. leaving us to navigate a bewildering new reality. A world without money would force us to rethink everything. Imagine approaching a barista, accustomed to the clinking of coins or the tap of a credit card, and offering them a heartfelt poem in exchange for a steaming cup of coffee. The concept of value would shift dramatically, or picture yourself negotiating with a landlord, proposing a week's worth of gardening in lieu of rent. Bartering would become the new norm. The absence of money would force us to rethink the very nature of value and exchange. Communities would need to come together, relying on trust and mutual aid to survive. In this new world, the potential for new systems of value would emerge. We would have the opportunity to build a society based on cooperation, empathy, and shared prosperity. The disappearance of money could be the catalyst for a more equitable and connected world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.